Imagine walking through the bustling streets of ancient Athens. The sun warms the marble of the Parthenon, and everywhere you turn, great minds are debating life's biggest questions. What does it mean to live a good life? What is true success? These weren't just academic exercises. They were practical guides to living with purpose and finding lasting fulfillment. Today, we're going to dive into this ancient wisdom and discover how the secrets of Greek and Roman philosophers can unlock our own modern success. Let's start with one of the greatest thinkers of all time, Aristotle. When you think of happiness, what comes to mind? A fleeting moment of joy, a temporary high. For Aristotle, happiness was something much deeper. He called it eudaimonia, which is often translated as happiness. But it's more accurately described as human flourishing or living well and doing well. It's not a feeling you chase, it's a state of being you cultivate over a lifetime. So, how do you achieve eudaimonia? Aristotle said, it comes from living a life of virtue. Think of virtues as character, strengths, courage, honesty, generosity, and justice. He believed that our unique human function is our ability to reason. Therefore, a good life is one where we use our reason to guide our actions and cultivate these virtues. But here's the brilliant part. Aristotle knew that virtue wasn't about being perfect. It was about finding the golden mean, the perfect balance between two extremes. For example, courage is the mean between cowardice, which is a deficiency of bravery, and recklessness, which is an excess of it. Generosity is the sweet spot between being stingy and being wastefully extravagant. Think about your own life. In your career, are you being assertive, the golden mean, or are you being passive or aggressive? In your relationships, are you being honest and kind, or are you veering into brutal honesty or people-pleasing? According to Aristotle, success isn't just about external achievements like wealth or fame. True success, true flourishing, comes from consistently striving to be the best version of yourself, finding that virtuous balance in everything you do. It's a lifelong project of character development. Now, let's journey from Athens to the heart of the Roman Empire and meet the Stoics. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by stress, anxiety, or events completely outside of your control, then Stoicism is for you. The Stoics, like the philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius and the statesman Seneca, were masters of mental resilience. Their core idea is deceptively simple but incredibly powerful. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. True success and inner peace, they argued, come from focusing all our energy on what we can control, our thoughts, our judgments, our actions, and to accepting everything else with a calm indifference. You can't control the traffic, a sudden downturn in the market, or what other people think of you. Fretting about these things is, in the Stoic view, a recipe for misery. It's like trying to command the tides. Instead, they practiced a technique we now call the dichotomy of control. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, is this in my control? If the answer is no, then your job is to practice acceptance. If the answer is yes, then your job is to act with virtue and reason. Marcus Aurelius, arguably the most powerful man in the world at the time, wrote his famous Meditations as a private journal to remind himself of these principles. He would write things like, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Seneca, who faced political exile and immense personal challenges, wrote about preparing for the worst to appreciate the presenta practice known as negative visualization. By imagining losing what you have, you learn to be more grateful for it. In our modern world, filled with endless notifications and pressures, Stoicism offers a lifeline. It teaches us to build an inner fortress of tranquility that no external event can breach. Success isn't about having a perfect, problem-free life. It's about cultivating the inner strength to handle whatever life throws at you with grace and wisdom. By focusing on your own actions and responses, you become the master of your own well-being. After the discipline of the Stoics, let's explore a different, often misunderstood, path to the good life. When you hear the word Epicurean, you might picture lavish feasts and a wild pursuit of pleasure. But that's a modern distortion. Epicurus, the founder of this school of thought, had a much more subtle and profound idea of happiness. For Epicurus, the ultimate goal was pleasure, but he defined pleasure not as a frantic chase for thrills, but as ataraxia, a state of tranquility and freedom from pharandoponia, the absence of bodily pain. He believed that the greatest pleasures are actually the simple ones. Instead of chasing luxury, he taught that the key to happiness was to limit our desires to what is natural and necessary. Think about it. Are you truly happier with the most expensive designer coffee, or with a simple cup shared with a good friend? Epicurus would argue for the friend every time. In fact, he considered friendship to be one of the greatest sources of pleasure and security in life. He created a community called the Garden, where he and his friends lived simply, discussed philosophy, and supported one another. He categorized desires into three types. First, the natural and necessary, like food, water, and shelter. These are easy to satisfy and bring great pleasure. Second, the natural but unnecessary, like gourmet food or a luxurious home. These are fine, but we shouldn't become dependent on them for our happiness. Finally, there are the vain and empty desires, like fame, immense wealth, and power. Epicurus saw these as a trap. They are insatiable and ultimately lead to anxiety and suffering. The Epicurean path to success is about smart satisfaction. It's about decluttering your life, not just your home, but your desires. It's about recognizing that the best things in life often aren't things at all. True, lasting joy is found in good health, peace of mind, and the warm company of friends. It's a quiet, contented success, far removed from the frantic pace of the modern rat race. So, here we are, back in the 21st century. Having traveled through centuries of ancient wisdom, we've seen Aristotle's call to flourish through virtue and balance, the Stoics' powerful lesson in mental resilience and control, and the Epicurean secret to finding joy in simplicity and friendship. What does this all mean for us today, in our quest for success and a good life? It means that perhaps we've been looking in the wrong places. Modern culture often defines success by external metrics: your job title, the number of followers you have, the size of your bank account. But as the ancients knew, this kind of success is often hollow and fleeting. The true, lasting success they spoke of is an inside job. It's about building your character, like Aristotle taught, finding that golden mean in your actions. It's about cultivating an unshakable inner peace, as the Stoics guided, by focusing only on what you can control. And it's about understanding where true joy comes from, as Epicurus showed us, not from endless consumption, but from meaningful connections and freedom from anxiety. These aren't competing philosophies. They are different tools for the same project. The project of you. You can be ambitious in your career while practicing stoic calm when things go wrong. You can build your character and virtues while enjoying the simple, Epicurean pleasure of a walk in nature. The ultimate lesson from these great minds is this: the good life isn't something you find, it's something you build. It's built with every virtuous choice, every moment of calm acceptance, and every cherished friendship. This is the blueprint for a success that doesn't just look good on the outside, but feels good on the inside, a success that is deep, meaningful, and truly fulfilling. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through ancient philosophy. If this exploration of timeless wisdom resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps us live better lives. What's one piece of ancient wisdom you'll try to apply this week? Let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video.